Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Ruth Marquise, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquise, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate, get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that lead quality legacies. Let's build. Today's topic: can a man be a pick-me? Can a man be a pick-me? Can a man be a pick-me? Can you pick me? Can you pick me? And can a man, hey, be a pick-me? Can a man, hey, be a pick-me? And can a man be a pick-me? Be a pick-me. All right. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let's start out with that. All right. Can a man be a pick-me? Can a man be a pick-me? I want to hear what you have to say. Be a pick-me? Question mark. Is that the same thing as simping or different? Well, I have an opinion on that. Let's check out Facebook. Instagram is going to have to watch on YouTube. I'll talk to them a little later. Tell them to catch the replay on YouTube because it's not Fun Fridays, but it's a manual day. Happy, I guess it's Memorial Day, so we're going to take a moment to think about all those people that have done our country right, and they lost their family member or loved ones or themselves, their lives. So yeah, that part. So I was told not to say Happy Memorial Day, even though it's a Black people thing. I don't say Happy Memorial Day anymore because it's not supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be just remembering them. So I was standing corrected. All right, now, which is it's understandable. Now, trying to catch us on Facebook. At least we got Facebook and YouTube today. All right, here we go. If you're on here, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. Let's jump right into it because this is how we do it. Now, let me give you the definition of a simp, okay? Well, first of all, let me tell you how the conversation came about. Okay, so how, like women have to deal with rejection on their own and men have to deal with rejection. So sometimes though, we feel in general, I'm not going to speak for men or the women, entitled to either get an explanation as to why the person doesn't want to be with you, which they don't have to tell you, or we feel entitled to a shot, which they don't have to give you. I don't feel entitled to a shot. If I see a hot guy, like, oh my gosh, oh, he making money and he look good and he I don't feel entitled. Like, you need to give me a shot. If you don't give me a shot, then like, what the hell's going on here? Like, that's that participatory. He could just look me up and down, but like, nah, I'm good. I like girls with red hair. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm cool with that. It's all right. I'm not gonna be like, well, why would you? No, I'm not for you. I don't want to be with somebody that I'm their fifth and sixth choice. I want to be with the person that I'm the top choice for them. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm even the second choice, just don't even consider me in the running. So what I can't understand is why men will run up behind women, and the women have already told you no, and you just keep on because somebody told you like it's like the movies in Hollywood, and you just keep on chipping away at her cold little heart, and one day she's gonna say I love you. That's the movies. That's not real life. If she says no, a lot of men will back down or back away or leave her alone, especially if she's moving on. But a simp is somebody who does way too much for a person they like. She could be bad for her. So the way I see simp is like, I don't like the terms, but they are things that we have to deal with. And I agree with, let's deal with the reality of it. Okay. So yeah, simps happen. They exist. And they have women thinking on Instagram that they're wife material when in reality, a regular dude wouldn't touch her with a stick, right? Simps have 304s. If you don't know what 304 is, go look it up. Right? They have them thinking that this woman and that woman, that she getting that attention that that men want me. I don't have no problem. I don't gotta change. But if you took all the simps out, then she would have to really look at her place in life and what she should do to be better. And the men at the same time, if you take all the pygmies away, some of them pygmies be going for the what y'all call them, pookies and ray rays. If you took the pygmies out, right, and there's different kinds, in my opinion, then Pookie and Ray Ray would have nobody to be with. They would have no choice but to go get a job. Come on, somebody. Come on. They would have no choice. Somebody thought that they was going to tell me that I was very passionate and I was yelling. I'm like, this is how I talk, sir. You must not seen the video. That's how I talk, sir. I know you don't have a lot of passionate people. He was like the dry eye. That's why, I mean, I swear. I love y'all white people, but y'all love to get y'all opinion where I didn't ask you for it, but okay. Uh, he's like the equivalent of the dry eye guy. So I'm not mad that I was too much, right? So anyway, and I was talking about relationships, so you know how I get when it comes to the show stuff. Now, like I said, if men cleaned up their act, then they wouldn't. Then certain women would not get. They wouldn't have a chance. If certain women clean up their act, certain men would not have a chance. Vice versa. All right. Now, a simp is you giving your all and she keeps rejecting you, and you feel like the more she rejects you, the more you need to do to win her over. No, sir. Any respectable man, any man that has respect for himself is not going to do the most to win her over. Women are just like men. They look you up, they size you up, and they're like, yep, it's either doable or not doable, right? Men say the same thing, except for they still continue to go after the girls that they don't think is fine. Okay, that's on them, right? And when your baby comes, wait, I had a guy tell me one time. He said, "Yo, I had a baby with her. She wasn't even on my level. She wasn't even my style." I was like, "That's what you get for sleep with anything that moves. That's on you. Y'all feel like y'all winning until you lose." And you gotta see them in court. That's on you. One, you got a baby that look half ugly, and two, I ain't say ugly, baby, we're not ugly. I ain't say that, y'all. Listen, Men in Black, but y'all didn't see that, y'all didn't hear that. Okay. Well, anyway, the baby ain't as cute as the baby could have been. I should say, right? And it's the mama's fault, and it's your fault because you chose her. You want to sleep with everything that moves. That's on you. That's on you. Don't teach me nothing. I just learned that men will sleep with things that like numbers they don't want to. They'll just because she's around. I ain't know that. I just figured like everybody had a standard, but some don't. Okay, cool. So, yeah, he was like, I had a baby with her. She's not even my style. Like, don't put it on her. Don't put it on her at all, sir. All right, so the simp is giving his all and she keeps rejecting him, and he just constantly degrades himself. That's why I say I feel like the simping is degrading yourself for a woman. It's not chivalry. It's not treating a woman great. What I don't like is the different levels to it. There's levels to it, and y'all want to act like anytime somebody does something nice for a woman that he's simping for her. No, it's not true. If she has not said I don't want to be with you or whatever, he's not simping. He's just doing he is doing the winning her over, or he is, in a respectable way, with boundaries. The same thing with pick me's, right? A pick me is a woman. When you look up the definition, you gotta go Urban Dictionary .com. If you look up the definition, is a woman willing to do anything for male approval. But it's so funny because if you're willing to do everything for male approval, how does that pick me? How does that transfer to marriage? You know what I'm saying? Another way people look at it is like, oh, she just want to say, pick me. I want to get married. But I think it's levels to it. All right. The pick me is usually doing all of this stuff for a poor quality man. Usually doing all this stuff for a poor quality man or a man who treats her badly. So there's always a overdoing it. Then there's a rejection by the other side, because if he treats you poorly, he's rejecting you, sis. Any man that's treating you poorly, he's rejecting you. That's his no. You ain't gonna get more than I never heard a man say, get away from me. I never want to talk to you again. Like they don't. They accept all of what you can give them and offer. And then, until you get sick of it, until you get sick of giving, that's it. I did have a video for you where, yes, baby. You see your sister on TikTok? Aw. Shout out to Aaliyah, her 10th birthday. Woo! Aaliyah, yeah. That's my co-host Emmanuel right there. But anyway, let me tell you what the video was going to say. The video was going to say, one of those women that be like, don't be sitting there kicking and cleaning for no man. That's not your. I agree, by the way. You should not be cooking and cleaning and doing laundry for somebody, and you don't even live there, sis. You don't live there, and he don't want you. It'd be different if y'all was building together. He don't want you. He ain't never act like he wanted you, and you just doing it like I just gonna leave it, just doing the most, right? And then I think what Mr. Let Go said was there was a girl that came around, and she, it would be my thing is this, it would be beneficial to that woman to do all that stuff if nobody else was doing it. But what they're trying to say is too many women that's doing that, because he said the last woman did the same thing. And I remember my brothers used to bring these girls around. I rather used to bring the girls around, and the girls do everything. Like, what? You got kids? Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do that. Trying too hard, right? Trying too hard. So he said it was his daughter's birthday, or something about his daughter, and she was like, oh, let me take her to the mall, and then she came home with puppies. Like, that is so extreme. So that's just to prove how far some women will go. And he didn't pick her. He didn't want to be with her. It's just that kind of judgment. You start to lack judgment. I think what happens is the person starts to lose respect for you when you're going above. It's like you're putting another person before you. Okay? You're putting another person before you, before your actual needs, and that's what makes you a simp and a pick me. Okay? But there's levels to it. Okay, now let me talk about how the culture twists the pick me and the simp. Okay, so I think you can be a pick me and it can be positive. Let me tell you how. Well, let me start with the negative one. Negative pick me is doing too much, right? Cooking, cleaning, washing his clothes. If you don't live there, you come to his house to clean up his house. Why, ma'am? Doesn't make sense. And what's the guy gonna say? No, 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 no. I don't need. A lot of guys not gonna do that. They're gonna be like, sure, you want to come and clean? Good. I can't say that. Right? Or trying too hard with the kids. That's the negative pick me. Now the positive pick me, because nowadays what we do, we try to bully and lump everybody into the same category. If a woman's being feminine, hit the like button if this is true. If you see a woman being feminine, the next thing you know, she's being a pick me because she want to look good and wear a skirt. And guess what? Those women that are saying that, they feel intimidated by that woman because she's doing womanly things. Like, were you not born a woman? Like, what's wrong with wearing a skirt? What's wrong with wearing a dress? What's wrong with wearing feminine colors? There's nothing wrong with it. Exactly. What's wrong with putting a little natural makeup on and not going overboard? It's like all or nothing. It's always extreme. We got to wear 6 lashes on top, and no knock to y'all, because some of y'all, I'll be like, girl, that thing is cute. I ain't gonna lie. It go with some faces. It don't go with some. I learned that. So now we doing the most, and we look like drag queens to them. I'm just saying what the men are saying. We look like drag queens to them, and we gotta tone down our makeup, and then it will be natural looking, and they're gonna love it, and woo woo woo. A woman that takes care of herself is not a pick me because she wants to go to the gym. She's just a take care of me type of woman. She's not a pick me because people think, oh, well, you have 4 kids, you're supposed to be XYZ weight, and when you're not that weight, they're like, oh, what's going on here? People could lose weight? Yes, they can. You're not a pick me. It's just society is trying to put that woman down to say you want to be married so bad. You want to just be prepared for a man to come and choose you. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't you know we don't like these men? Come on, somebody. I'm going to translate for you today. All right? Tell your cousin at the barbecue to start watching the Ruth the Relationship show. Yo, you need to watch her real quick. All right? We in Pennsylvania, Delaware. We're going to Maryland next. Okay? All right. So that's real estate. Now, you're not a pick me because you are most likely to be married and have a submissive attitude. Now, submissive just means, in a simple terms, you're not argumentative. You're not argumentative. You're not problematic. You're not starting stuff. You get what I'm saying? Men want peace. That's what you bring, peace. And I know it's hard, and it doesn't matter. She black, she white, she Spanish, she any kind of Indian, whatever. Women have that problem with, we gotta say what blah blah blah. Hit the like button if it's true. Hit the like button if it's true. Okay? We gotta say what's on our minds. We gotta give our complaints in, and we don't feel right until we put our complaints in. All right? Can I get a yes, Ruth? That's true. I'm sorry, Facebook. I'm just catching up. He said, I need somebody to clean my house. LOL, Jermaine Pringle. Sure, she'll clean your house if you don't have to work no more. That's for sure. Corey says, hello, Ruth. Hey, Corey, how are you? It's been a minute. Yes. We talking about pick-me's and simps, okay? So y'all tell me what y'all definition of simps and pick-me's. I'm just telling you what I think. Now, a positive pick-me, because when you start saying things and you start being fair and you start saying the truth, and sometimes the truth is going to be on the man's side and sometimes the truth is going to be on the woman's side, you're automatically a pick-me. You're automatic. Oh, she just wants the men to like her. When people are already, everybody don't always need somebody to like them, because what women sometimes don't understand is some people are not just here for themselves. Some people want you to win. I know it seemed like because your ex and your family and all these people never wanted you to win, it doesn't mean I don't want you to win. It doesn't mean some people on the internet don't want you to win. You're mad when they talking bad. You're mad when they trying to help you, but you got to really understand, like, if you change X, Y, and Z, it won't be that you're a pick-me. You get to be a chooser. You get to choose from the men that want to pick you, but you're not choosing. If you could choose, you would not sound like that. If you could choose, because you're doing things that make a lot of people, you're casting a wide net. You're looking good because you get to choose amongst many. That's what men do. They're not choosing the first girl. Oh, like when teenagers, they be cracking me up. The boys that be on the phone with their girlfriends. I'm like, that's so cute. Wait till y'all get 18. Wait till y'all go away to college. Wait till y'all, the boys, and my daughter was telling me how boys are starting to sniff themselves. At first, they was like, oh, singing a romantic song. And then they realized, oh, girls do like me. I can get laid in the 9th grade and 10th grade. So then they start saying, oh, I don't want to be with one girl, right? It switched up so quick. Thank you for the like. It switched up so quick, right? And next thing you know, they want to see their options. Women are not, they're not getting the options that they want because they don't want to have the presentation. Because we like to not work sometimes. We like to get it easy. Just like the pretty boys, I say, wait. First of all, I had to come to a realization. I'm like, if I look at my son, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get over this pretty boy thing. I was like, no pretty boys, we're done. Because they that's competition, right? Like I was like, my son's gonna be a pretty boy, so I gotta get over this pretty boy thing. You can be a humble pretty boy. As long as you humble, I'm cool with it. All right. Now, back to the topic. So women have to cast a wider net. That's all I'm here to do, is help you cast a wider net. You have to understand when people have your back and have your best interest at heart. A lot of times in real estate, we think that people don't have our best interest at heart. We're so used to dealing with disingenuous people, we don't know when somebody really got our back until it's over with. Until you say, Ruth, I found somebody and I knew exactly what not to say, right? I knew exactly what not to do, Ruth, and it's working well for me. And this is the farthest I've gone so far in this thing called relationships, because I feel like we're on a right path. Until that happens, you're gonna think I'm out to get you. Why? How do I know? Because when I have a new buyer, a new seller, I have to prove myself first. And then they be like, dang, Ruth, I didn't even think you was going to have my back on so many different levels. I said, in my head. I'm like, I know I had to prove it to you. I know I had to sell that house in 4 days. I know I had to bring you that offer. I know I had to, save you $10,000 on this deal. I know that. It's okay. You didn't know, but I knew. And the same thing in relationships. You need a cleaning lady, Jeremy. That's gonna be one hell of expensive cleaning person. Talk about I need somebody to clean my house. Right. So women had to cast a wider net. You cast a wider net by one, your looks. Men cast a wider net with their money. What is so hard about that? That is just reality. If you don't want to deal in reality, you're going to end up with something you don't want, because 90% of y'all is going to get married by, well, what's the stats again? I gotta remember. But most of y'all going to be married by 45 at least once. So at least marry somebody that you would have wanted. Marry your first choice. Marry your first choice, not always the safest option. If you're marrying your safest option, then you probably didn't get your first choices. Did I say that? Did I do that? It ain't my fault. Did I? It ain't my fault. Did I do that? Come on, AJ. So if you want better options, you just gotta do these things I'm telling you. Okay, do what they want. Do what they're looking for. Don't be argumentative with these men. Stop having an argument. It feels so good not to argue. And you know what's so crazy? Because I was like, I knew it was possible. And I was like, yo, I had an ex, I didn't argue with him. And he was such a debater. I was like, girl, you finna lose every debate. he's good. Like, people that debate, I say this all the time on the show, people that debate, they have 5 different arguments. And I study. What? I was like, he says this, and then he says that, and then he gets you here, and he gets you that. I watch him debate other people. I was like, I'm not winning. I'm not winning because I don't feel like studying to win. So I was like, I ain't gonna argue with this man. All right. So then I realized, yo, you can be in a relationship and not argue. And then so the relationships after that, I was like, why are we arguing when I clearly know that it's possible not to argue? We have a thing in our mind that says every relationship you're gonna argue. You can have disagreements, but you don't have to have knockout, drag out fights. So now she's gonna get to the feminization of men in a minute, okay? Because they be acting real, okay, ladylike, trying to argue you down left and right all the time. Nobody got time for that, okay? Now, she said something about the skip me's. Well, they are inflexible women, mean, argumentative, and they're misandrous. Like they practice misandry, which is the opposite of misogyny, which is the hatred of men. Some women flat out hate men. Somebody hurt them. Somebody did wrong to them. I'm talking to you, sis. If you are going to move on and want to get in the relationship of your dreams, you're going to have to stop hating men. You're going to actually have to start loving men, right? You're going to actually have to have a love and a respect. Okay, you don't have to love them, but respect. You have to have a respect level for men. They ain't going to ask you for much more than that. I respect you is enough for a man. He said, I know a lot of men like that. LOL. Exactly. You gonna argue with it? You gonna argue with a woman? Really? Yo, when I got my mind right and my ex started texting me all crazy, I was like, bro, you are a man and I am a woman. I refuse to argue with you. And it was a wrap from there. Block, done. And I was just like, all these years, all these years. I was like, I'm giving him all this energy because I'm not talking to you. Then you're just like, well, if I can't get nothing from her, I'm going to get an argument. That's a note to everybody that got a kid with somebody. Stop arguing with them. They just want to get reaction from you. They just want to push your button. Stop. Just be like, yeah, you got it. Give them one word answers and move on. A lot of men want to argue with women. When I was at daycare, I was like, I don't argue with kids. And that cut down half. 70% of the arguments is I said I don't argue with kids. When I start them, they was bubbling up because little boys like to argue when they're young. With little girls too. But little boy, I was shocked when the little boys was arguing. I was like, what? Yep. I was like, I don't argue with boys. We used to argue about the dumbest stuff, like spiders. Superman. All right, moving on. So the skip me's will always be forever be skipped. And I'm okay. I told y'all I had to show that, some people are never going to get married and I have to be okay with that because that's their choice. They don't see the older ladies that I see that's by themselves or with a man who is not looking out for them. They don't see that. They don't see 70 years old, 80 years old, 90 years old. And what you did now, 20s, 30s, 40s, set you up for then. They don't see that. So you're gonna pay one way or another. I used to have a kid to come home and act up. I said, you're either gonna get it now or you're either gonna get it later. But either way, you're gonna get it. Okay. So that's how life is. You don't gotta listen to me. You just gotta know the seed was planted today. All right. Now there's positive simps. Okay. Now, let me go to the negative sense, okay? The simping in a negative light. Um, what I come to the realization is some men feel like they're entitled to a woman because they like you, they feel entitled to you. I had I never would wish this on anybody, but have a stalker or somebody just constantly upset. They have that weird personality type, like they're gonna blow up the building. I think this is the gamma guy, right? If you look at the personality types, he's a gamma type dude. He will be the one to blow up the whole school or the office, right? There's a movie called Office Space, I heard, and blow up the whole office because somebody ain't treat him right. Now that type of dude that's obsessing over you, you in trouble, sis. You're in trouble, right? So he may feel entitled to her. She could be married. This is how bad it is. She can be married, and he just feel like, well, that's supposed to be my wife. It's craziness. But anyway, a negative simp and a negative term. He spends time and money. He spends a lot of time and money. Who are you texting, Emmanuel? Emmanuel, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Emmanuel. Emmanuel. Why you do that? Emmanuel. Oh my God. Can you please stop? It's not even on the home screen. How are you finding it? Stop texting people, please. Stop. Stop it, Emmanuel. Oh, ITD, ITD. Look. You know what? I'd rather your volume be up higher. All right, sit down. Oh my God. Oh, child. Well, gotta love when the baby's around. All right, so he's trying to get her attention. Negative, the simp in a negative term. He's trying to get her attention. He's not backing down. Um, she clearly expresses disinterest, but that doesn't matter. He is gonna force what he is on her, and she doesn't want him, or she doesn't want it, and he's still obsessing. Okay, taking a hint is sexy. Taking a hint, like, you know what? Yeah, that's not gonna work out. It's sexy, and I would not put myself in that position. So, the guy say he doesn't want me, baby. I'm packing my bag so fast. But by the time you say me, I'm already, oh, cool, bet, bye. You don't gotta tell me why. If you that girl or you that guy, that's how you feel about it, and that's what it is. Uh-oh. So now we're going to get to this video. Okay. I like her point. So let me get to her points about this. So I wanted to explain that part. So a man can be a pick me, but I want to show you how this pick me thing can work. Wait. I missed one. A positive step, right? You could be a simp in a positive way because you're getting clowned for being chivalrous. You're getting clowned for being a good guy. You're getting clowned for being a good man, and it's dangerous, community. It's dangerous. If no man is ever nice to a woman, which will not exist because when y'all like us, y'all like us. No, give me another cup. This one dirty. When y'all like us, y'all like us. So it's not so much you can tell a man what he's gonna do or not gonna do. That's what I do like about men. I do like that about men. They don't care what the society is telling them to do. They're gonna do what they feel is right, and I like that most for the most part. All right, he's not here. The simp is not the simp is not doing too much. Okay, fine. Here, take this cup. Take this cup. Hello. All right, he's not doing too much. He's not doing too much, right? All right. And she's into you. So if she's into you, you're not simping. That is called two people liking each other. That is called two people in some form of relationship. That's not simping. So if you're doing something nice, can you imagine that they're like, oh, men are not allowed to do anything nice for a woman ever again? And it's just like if you stand up for women, they call you a simp. And that's the part I don't like. So it and the way that I embrace, if you call me a pick me, does whatever. Men, listen, if they call you a simp because you're good to your woman, you need to ignore it and accept the title and call it a day. It is, oh, y'all want to clown me? That's cool. You know how we do. Oh, all right. That's why you ain't got no woman. That's why your woman look. All right, so let's move on to our video now. Now, let me give you let me let you guys know. If you're on here, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. Oh my gosh. I missed my comments. My bad. All right, I got them. We're up to date. Go ahead, drink that water. All right, so let's play the video, guys. Let's share this video. I feel like I've been going a little bit. She said, "Oh, you're not live on Instagram." No, I'm not. You wanna if you wanna post that and tell them to watch on YouTube, you can, Princess. Emmanuel is here. We can't go live on Instagram. He has our equipment. Yes, he does. Here we go. Alrighty. Poppy, look at the phone. Look at the phone. All right, I like this girl. This is the same girl that went viral for loving her husband. And they was like trying to clown her for loving her husband. She's like, it's like, what is your job? We did this on the show, a housewife like show, yes. And they're like, she's like, my job is loving my husband.
Be reduced to my looks. It's a natural fact of life because that's what. It's not rocket science here, but only a select few of women are going to be able to kind of get that guy, and you do.
All right, wait, huh?
What juice? Not a bad.
Oh, juice. All right, I'm gonna let this play, and I'm gonna get you.
He just has to be the man, and then I get this argument all the time. It says, well, what if he leaves you? What if he trades you in?
Like,
real talk, that's a delusion. And it's a delusion because women can walk away with cash and prizes from a divorce. They can do that. So if he leaves me for another woman, I have the opportunity to take half of his net worth. Do I think it's ethical? No. And a lot of the times women don't even want to admit why their man left or why their man cheated. Every person who's ever been broken up with or ever been left can't swallow this pill. This is the pill. It's that people don't leave people they're afraid of losing. So if somebody left you, it meant they thought you were worth losing. And then everybody talks about, well, what about hindsight? What about hindsight after the fact? Oh, they want to come back after the fact. That means for sure that you were not their first choice. Yeah, they went back out in the dating market, they figured out it sucked, and then they came back to you because they couldn't do better than you. And that's what I don't want for women, because I think that's why women can't stay married. Is because they're not marrying their first choice. So what would that first choice look like? From all the women I talk to, it's going to be a masculine man, protection, provisioning, and genetics. The dude's handsome. It's not rocket science here, but only a select few of women are going to be able to kind of get that guy, and you do have to compete. The dating market is real, and that's not necessarily a justification because I'll get that.
Oh, gosh. I mean, it's all gems here. Okay. Hold on. But first of all, can we shout out Emmanuel, who says, I need a spoon. He's like talking in full sentences right in my face. All right, sorry guys.
It's that people don't leave people they're afraid of losing. So if somebody left,
people don't leave people they're afraid of losing. She said, people don't leave people they're afraid of losing. People don't leave people they're afraid of losing. That means if they leave you, then they don't care about losing you. So I think what she's trying to say is, just because a woman leaves a man, it doesn't mean that she wasn't afraid to lose him. So now, if she's getting something out of the divorce, It's not necessarily that he wasn't good for nothing. It maybe could be the money grab, right? If she did get something now, but if a man leaves that woman and there's no financial benefit, um, then he didn't think she was worth keeping, or in that way. Like it doesn't prove anything if she's the one that files for divorce. It doesn't prove that he wasn't a good person, because if the laws is in the man's favor, I mean a woman's favor, then it could be something totally different.
It meant they thought you were worth losing. And then everybody talks about, well, what about hindsight? What about hindsight after the fact? Oh, they want to come back after the fact. That means for sure that you were not their first choice. Yeah, they went back out in the dating market, they figured out it sucked, and then they came back to you because they couldn't do better than you. And that's what I don't want for women, because I think that's why
they couldn't do better than you.
It's because
couldn't do better than you. Well, that goes to show you that men stay with their first choice, right? And if a woman marries and that's not her first choice, this is where the problems start. You didn't marry your first choice, reasonable first choice, and then yes, good. Thank you, Mom. That's what I want to hear. Thank you, Mom. I hooked you up with some juice. All right, he's taking it to the head. I forgot how much he makes me laugh. All right.
They're not marrying their first choice. So what would that first choice look like? From all the women I talk to, it's going to be a masculine man.
Yes.
Protection, provisioning, and genetics. The dude's hand. So it's not rocket science here, but only a select few of women are going to be able to kind of get that guy, and you do have to compete.
Stop. Where's the lie? Women want protection, provision, and they want him to look good. That is her first choice, and she wants him to be masculine. If you don't have those things that the woman is looking for, you're not her first choice. If you had 3 and you didn't have the looks, you could be her second choice. I don't know. With someone that no provision, no protection, no nothing. Some men don't even know how to protect with their mind, as far as, you know what, I'm going to protect you from my family members that talk trash about you. I'm going to protect you from your coworkers that, you let them get in your head. Protection comes in all types of forms. And yet, they can't protect. They damn sure can't provide for themselves, and they want a wife, and they can't, and then they got all these other issues. So of course the woman is like, no, like men think sometimes some men, not all men, but some men think, a small number of them think, because they want you, you're supposed to be theirs. But they don't have to earn you or work for you and all that stuff. And that's where it's like, are you kidding me? So now as a woman, when you find somebody that meets all of your criteria, those top 4 things that she said, masculine, protector, provider, and look good, you have to compete. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Hey, that's why I love real estate. Mind your business, boy. This is why I love real estate. There has been, real estate agents talk to me. Buyers and sellers talk to me. Have you ever been trying to put an offer on a house? And you get to putting the offer on a house. Nobody want to put an offer on a house. As soon as you want to put an offer on a house, everybody want that house. That is what it's like with a good man, sis. I don't have to compete. Well, you're competing with the women in his head, the women in the past, the women that's coming in the future. You're competing, sis. You're competing, sis. And if you say, oh, that makes you a pick me, then the men are pick me's too, because men are competing. That's why they get up and go to work every day, so they can get the best woman they can get. What game you playing? Yes, you're competing. So if you find you're competing with yourself to be the best choice, you're competing with yourself to be the best version that you can be, so he can be like, you know what? Yeah, I might be able to work with this one. And you're saying the same thing, bro. You don't got it all together, but I might be able to work with you. 2 people might be able to work together, and boom.
The dating market is real, and that's not necessarily objectification.
Oh, please don't get me started on the apps. You're competing with the women on the apps. Oh, you want to cuss him out today? And he went back on it. I remember I used to be on the app. Oh, I'm a recovering appaholic, right? I would get in an argument, whatever. By the end of the day, it didn't go well. I'll be right on the app that night. Let's see if I can get the next 4 lined up. You don't think the men have access to that? You don't think the men can't do that? That's who you're competing with. There's women on social media. They have access to them. There's women in the app, whatever app, dating apps. They have access to those women as well. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, he ain't going to even have his mind to go there unless he's that type of dude. But let's act like those type of dudes is only 20%. 80% is good dudes. That's not going to be cheaters. You don't give them a reason to cheat. Don't be complaining all the time. Like,
That next argument, you're objectifying men. You're objectifying women. Life is sexist. It just is sexist, and we try as men and women to make it so that it's not. Well, I don't want to be reduced to my income, or I don't want to be reduced to my looks. It's a natural fact of life because that's what people do to cope with rejection from another human being. So if you're dating and you're a woman in this scenario, a man rejects you, what do you say? Well, he ain't ish. He couldn't do nothing for me anyway.
He couldn't do nothing for me anyway.
You're a man. A woman rejects you. Well, she was ugly anyway. She was fat anyway.
Ugly and she was fat.
Anyway.
That tells you right there.
So when I talk about the dating market in an economic sense, it's so that women can figure out their worth, so they can get the man that they want. Because I didn't get to learn anything about a quality man and how to get one until I was 25, and I think that's sad. I think it's inappropriate. I think older women have failed us, which is probably why they're so dang bitter when we figure it out before they did. Yeah, we figured it out that we're happier serving a man. But let me explain this to you. So,
do you understand? Hey, oh my gosh, this is my new BFF in my head. I don't agree with everything, but most. Now, do you know the amount of humility it's going to take for you to be able to serve your man? Do you know? And in the perfect scenario, y'all serving each other. But do you know? There's a lot of little things she says in this video, including how she makes him a nice hot lunch, which lunch is not hard. Yo, I peeped that a long time. I'm like, yo, I just take dinner and put it in a bowl and boom, he got lunch. Are you kidding me? This leftovers from yesterday. Just make an amazing meal at night. And the next day, she said he opened it up in front of all of his friends. Like, he said, she take good care of me. He just made all the men at his job feel like trash, right? Because their woman, he said, my woman didn't cook for me since 2017. And your woman is over here making you lunch every day. Ma'am, I make Emmanuel, my 2-year-old, going on 3. I make him lunch every day. I figure it out. It takes me 5 minutes. Are y'all kidding me? I remember it got to a point I was like, sis, you act like being a housewife is so hard. I think you need to stop. I was like, if I actually put my mind to it and I clean the house in an hour or 2, I have the rest of the day to myself. He got to work 10 hours and I get to work 2. Right? And that was when I was down with the housewife life. But this new housewife life consists of what? She's doing a YouTube channel. She's running a business. She's doing this. She's doing that. She's trying to do the secondary income stuff, which nothing is wrong with that. But she's not at the retail store stocking shelves. I think it's smart. She said she only made $1,000 to $2,000 and struggle. A lot of women are struggling because the jobs that's out there, you have to really put yourself out there. We're not that competitive, right? We don't even want to compete for a man if we want. We're not that competitive. I could be the first person to say, I'm not putting in these applications for these jobs. I never want to get an online job. I probably did one time, get a job from online, like putting in my online resume, okay? 1 or 2 jobs. Mind you, I had 30-something jobs. Like, that was not me. I'm not that competitive. Like, I'm not. So you're going to choose out of 500 people? You're going to pick mine? I didn't like that. So we don't like that. So we're going to get whatever job is convenient and close and cheap And we're going to stay there for a very long time and struggle. Instead of saying, you know what, let me just change some of the things in me that society put on me in the first place. That society told me it was not okay to feel feminine. It was not okay to do certain things. Let me go against society. This is what it is. You have to go against what society is telling you is okay. Right? I was looking in the store the other day and I'm like, well, everywhere I go, I'm just gonna have to get used to being more dressed up than anybody else. Because honestly, if somebody important came into the room, they will always be wearing something nice. They don't want to look like everybody else. But what we do, we be like, oh, what is everybody else wearing? Let me wear the same thing that they're wearing. Is it cargo shirts and a t-shirt and flip top? Let me just wear that instead of you being yourself. What if yourself is loud? Oh well, you loud. What if yourself is blind? Oh well, you blind, sis. Keep moving.
So, my dream in life, I used to think, oh, I wanted to be this professional. I wanted to be a PhD. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to work pro bono and repair cleft palates in Brazil in Doctors Without Borders. But something that one of my high school teachers said really stuck out to me, which is funny. She's quite progressive. But she said that some people's dreams are to help other people to achieve their dreams. And I kept trying to work, but I've come to find out that I really like helping people get what they need done, helping them to achieve their dreams. So for me, if what I can do at home in any way helps or improves my husband's life, I'm like, yes.
Well, what she doesn't understand, maybe, is that she's helping other people by doing her YouTube channel, supporting other people. I am within myself. I struggle between, do I want to go for top spot, or do I really, really, really enjoy making a difference in each and every one of my clients' life? I had a client that I had to translate for. I had a client that I had to fix his credit. I had a client that I wanted to fix, had to get him sell his house, and then I had to get him a new house. Okay, all of these services for one person because I wanted to make the most impact that I wanted to make in one person's life. When I realized that I was like that, I was more so a difference maker than a dollar chaser, and I had to switch my whole style. That it doesn't matter. This is why people don't like getting on video, because you don't get paid on video day one. It's a lot of sacrifice. And you're supporting other people to get their goals. And now I'm saying, like, once I support other people to get their goals, I get things that I either gotta drop some deals in my lap or they will drop some deals in my lap. But I don't have to get it directly from the people that I actually serve.
Yes, that's awesome. Like, I'm doing my dream job. That's great. And it's even better if you have kids. It's even better.
She loves her man, and she likes to serve her man. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, she is still going to be working. You know what I mean? I don't see a girl like her getting $1 million from YouTube and be like, look, now you're going to kiss the feet that I'm the ground that I walk on now, and having a horrible attitude. She's going to be humble, like, look, you are the one that enabled me to have the freedom, because my boss that was having me stock shelves sure wasn't rooting for me to go do my and follow my dreams, and her husband invested in her business. So I'm telling you, if you have to look at things from another way, another perspective. Don't just accept whatever environment they're throwing at you. You don't gotta take it. You can build the life that you want. Think about God, who created the world in 6 days, and He's giving you the ability to create your own life. And you gonna let somebody else tell you what your life is gonna be? No, you get to determine what your life is gonna be. And yes, you work as a woman created to help a man. That's what the whole helpmate was. So when you say, I don't want to help no man, you're only hurting yourself, because now you got to help yourself. He was helping the both of y'all, and you're helping him help you. You ever heard of saying, help me help you? That's all you're doing when you're working together with your man. Regardless if you don't like the word submission, nobody said you got to like that word. As long as you do it, sis, as long as you're not argumentative, long as you're doing your part, long as you're giving to this man and not just receiving from him, right? I'm not saying be the head giver. Give. Not like the girl that was cooking and cleaning another. Like, girl, stop. Not that. That's not your role yet. One day it will be. And all that woman, she's confused. She thinks she's showing him what it's gonna be like. This is what I'm gonna be like when I'm your wife. Let me tell you, it's a lot of women that will cook and clean and have sex with you, all that stuff. And soon y'all married. Soon y'all married, I said. Soon y'all married. She cut all of that out. Have your baby on top of have your baby on top of that. She's in. Time to kick up her feet. So be careful.
If you have friends, I really do. I enjoy watching my girlfriend's kids. There's a couple of women in town who are down and misrepresented by mothers today. It's insane. I mean, if you would have told me that I could go viral for loving my husband, I mean, I would have been Pick Misha a long time ago. Or what it like? 18?
Wait, let me tell you. I love my white girl. Oh well, she's of Latino descent. So yesterday I went to took my daughter out to eat. And when I tell you my waitress, she said something and I was like, all right, let me see what's going on in this woman's head. I don't want like she kind of said something negative to my other daughter. And I was like, instead of me jumping on the people to what they say bad, let me just see what's up with her. And I started talking to her or whatever. And girl, I was like, if you cut this lady off head, I'm like, I would swear she was black, child. Like that. Yeah, because you know something. I was like, oh my God, she talking more black than me. I was like, wow. So when she said pick Misha with the attitude, I was done.
Oh, check this out, guys. You know, somebody put me on tip. So there's the pick me's, and then there's the skip me's. The skip me's
No,
are
that's
the
not
women
true.
that are angry with me out there on Twitter. Eve, I'm coming out here saying, yeah, I got zero guidance from my mother, nothing at all. That's just not right. I'm serious. It's on women to tell other women how to vet men and how to not just get the guy, because I think that part is easy, but I think keeping a guy is the harder part. And that's not just for women. It's also for men. I know some guys that they think they're hot-ish, and they can get a woman, can't keep one. And so what is that? Because the player life, I mean, that does run out. I know players, certified players.
I thought I was all over the place. Well, if you get somebody to talk for an hour, they gonna go every direction they can. But it's gems though, because women do have to learn how to keep a man. Men need to learn how to keep a woman. You can get her, but can you keep her? That's the flex. I'm going to say it again because I don't think y'all heard me in the back. Women need to learn how to keep a man. Men need to learn how to keep a woman. You can get her, but keeping her is the flex. You can get him, but keeping him interested since he ain't going nowhere, right? Since he ain't going nowhere and now that y'all married, right? It'll be the women that be going somewhere. Keeping him interested, keeping him desiring you is the flex. I like how she says, "Oh, her job. Part of her job is looking sexy." I'm like, listen, buy me up.
They do get tired of it, and then they want a wife. Look at that. But it's kind of hard to get a
Yes, I can say there's a lot of men that are players that want a wife one day. When I started realizing that, I was like, you know what? Because it gets pretty lonely out there. You feel like you winning. Eventually, I don't know how many child support payments you got to make before you be like, you know what? These women just trying to get to me. I'm sorry. They say I'm for the men, but sometimes I be laughing at the men that be like really starting trouble. All right, keep moving. Sorry. Y'all want to sleep with everything moving. She said, I'm gonna let her say it again. I'm gonna sing it again.
That does run out. I know players, certified players. they do get tired of it, and then they want a wife. Look at that. But it's kind of hard to get a conventional woman to get on board with a man that takes ridiculous risks. If I have to see that you're living a lifestyle that could put the family's finances at risk, I'm just not going to choose you. Like, I'm not going to, like, we need to talk about modern men becoming pick-me's too. Make it so that.
There you go. And that's where the topic started. You have to. Oh gosh, she's making a mess. You gotta understand, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, please understand something. It's not just women doing backflips to get picked and chosen. Men have to understand that they will not get picked by reasonable, high quality, high value women if they don't have their stuff together. She just said if you're doing things to put the family, if you're a gambler, right? If you're doing things to keep the family at risk, why would a good woman choose you? You can get a wife, but getting a good woman is something totally different. Stop playing with me, okay? I didn't ask you to play with me. I'm not playing with you. Don't play with me. I'm sorry.
Your leadership is undeniable. I can't help but to fall in line. I can't help but to follow your leadership because you're that good at it. You're that.
I'm gonna let you hear that again, ladies. Men. I'm
just not gonna choose you. Like, I'm not gonna, like, we need to talk about modern men becoming pick-me's too. Make it so that your leadership is undeniable. I can't help but to fall in line. I can't help but to follow your leadership because you're that good at it. You're that.
Your leadership. She said, men, make sure your leadership is undeniable. Your leadership is undeniable. Because if your leadership is undeniable, she's more likely to pick you. Even though you got to pick her, she got to pick you back, right? So women are now in leadership, right? So we know what it's like. We've worked in the workplace. We ran our own businesses. We know what good leadership looks like. We probably are good leaders wherever we are in life, right? So as soon as you start effing up and part of your leadership, we see, we know, we're not saying nothing, we taking notes. But you only get a pass if if it's a small part of your leadership that's going wrong. But overall, you're solid. We're going to let some things slide. Overall, you got this? Nah, bro. You're head and shoulders above many men that's still trying to figure out, well, why she didn't pick me? Because your leadership, sir. That's why. A man does not have to be perfect. He just has to try. Right? Try. Stop trying. You don't have to be a simp and try to make women, convince women to be with you. You have to lead yourself. If you can lead yourself, a woman is automatically going to follow your lead. I'm going to say it again. If you can lead yourself, a woman is automatically going to follow your lead. Good women will gravitate towards you. When they see you, they're not going to be like, I don't know. There's another guy around. No, they're going to be like, no, baby. I know good leadership. He's going to start playing the guitar, Jesus. Emmanuel, the telephone. Go get the phone, Emmanuel. Go get the phone. Emmanuel, go get the phone. Oh my gosh. Go get the phone. I'm looking at my food to get off. Somebody save me. All right, I'm about to wrap this up. Every girl is not a good digger, a gold digger, a good digger. Every girl is not a gold digger. What happens is, to find a man that has quality leadership, he usually is making money. He usually is, leadership leads to you, getting yourself together. Your character leads to good leadership. Your leadership leads to your money being right, right? And it's all a matter of doing it again and again until you have enough. Men that have money just so happen to have the leadership that she's looking for. They got that masculine energy. She said something about we don't want to be on your arm and you're a SoundCloud rapper. Let me let her finish her thought.
At the job of being the leader of a family. It's possible.
That's your resume. Your job. Hey.
Like I'm not gonna like
hey lady.
Modern men becoming big.
Your job, your career is your resume. Your life. Hey. That's what Haitian people. Hey. Okay. Your job and your life is your resume. Your health is your resume. Your family structure, that's your resume. Are you a family man? Do you have a good quality career? Emmanuel. Right? That's your resume. So she's going to buy that. You don't got to do all of these things. You don't got to buy her the biggest teddy bear and spend $100 trying to get that at the thing. You don't got to try so hard with these women. They already going to recognize your leadership at the carnival.
These two. Make it so that your leadership is undeniable.
Undeniable.
I can't help but to fall in line.
I can't help but to
follow your leadership because
That's
you're
it.
that good at
That means you're better at leadership than me. In some cases.
The leader of a family. It's possible. Now, do I think young men have that? No. I think we feminize them significantly. I think it's a problem. I think that's why.
She said young men do not have those leadership qualities. They need to study leadership and they need to be tested and experienced in leadership. And she's about to give you more business. But let me give you a hypothetical. Imagine in a family where the women all leave, become independent, take care of themselves, and all the men stay at home. Imagine in the family, the men, it don't matter how old they are, they still living. They got whole families. They still living with their parents, or they never leave, or they're on their family's dime somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's the feminization of men. My son could not do that. He would have to be on his own and take care of himself to prepare himself for a family. You understand what I'm saying? But when women are running, oh, my baby boy, don't let my baby boy go. Don't let my baby boy this. You're making him into a lady. You're making him into a lady. And then he start arguing with women. Move on, Ruth. Move on.
You don't find them sexy. And they get mad.
Don't find them sexy because they're too feminine.
What do you want me to do? Be on your arm? Like, how long are we going to pursue this SoundCloud rapper thing? All right, let's hit
She said you a SoundCloud rapper.
We got Christopher B in the house.
That's your main job.
On my channel because it went viral. Just subscribe.
That's your main job, sir.
Keep up the good work. Absolutely, man. Women understand, I'm trying to save you. I want you to quit your job at CVS and marry a lumberjack. Do you want
a lumberjack?
Business I'm proposing to you. Listen,
I like her.
I want you to quit your crappy retail job with your boss that you hate.
Please, you're wasting time.
And I want you to go and date a wholesome chat. I want you to marry you. I want the two of you to enjoy having sex with each other. And I want the two of you to have kids. I also would like for him to earn enough or you guys to make enough money together that you get to relax and be in your feminine frame. What is the problem with the message? I don't know. Bitter women. Let's see out here. The Evil Wabbit podcast says high value men leave because their options are better somewhere else. That's true. Guys, this is such a funny argument for women. Because we know that men don't file.
Oh, why you stepping on my foot like that?
So I wonder how many women say that they were left for another woman actually filed for the divorce.
Oh wait, that's
what I want to know because women get the little ideas. So I'm just gonna connect the dots a little bit different. I mean, he met Tina a month after we broke up, but I filed. He's with her pretty quick. Like, ma'am, maybe the new wife knows what the first wife did, and I'm telling you, I know somebody in real life, handsome military service member. I'm not going to say what branch, and I'm also not going to say the rank either. telling you, the dude is a stud. STUD stud. Amazing. Good father. But his beautiful wife, she's not into it anymore. Files a divorce behind his back. Do you know, ma'am, there is some 22-year-old woman out there that already knows the game and knows he's got enough money for you and those kids. Oh yeah, that's social proof. He's willing to commit. He's willing to have babies. And he has a high status job. Are you silly?
Yeah. That's what I used to look at when criteria. I'm like, okay, the guy that says, well, I was engaged, I was married, but I'm divorced. I would be like, oh, well, you're willing to get married. You're willing to have children. Those start to look like flexes to women that are just like, okay, well, there's this other guy. I don't know what he's going to do. Right. But now I have proof this is what you about. I have proof that you wanted to stay. Even though I can hear the sad story about the past and be like, you know what? You tried. I'm going to try next. But
we'll see. Are you silly? That second wife is going to be so much younger than you. I'm saying, I never thought about that. Understand.
She said the wife divorces the husband. I can't hear, bro. The wife divorces the husband, but not realizing that he's just going to get a younger wife.
Your husband leaves the house and he talks about you. You want him to glow. You want him to light up. So the way I do that, oh my gosh, super chats galore. Thanks, guys. I'm going to get to them. So the way that I do that, and this is messed up because it's for my own ego too. I make this man the craziest lunches, hot and fresh and ready. And you want to know why? Because he takes them to work around other men. He open in his lunchbox and he's like, wow, what is that? What is that? Oh, you know, steak and shrimp, some asparagus.
The men want to know what her husband eats.
You know what those guys are thinking? They're like, damn, my wife hasn't cooked for me since 2017.
Right.
Since That's 2017. Crazy. What is this man doing that the rest of them aren't?
Right. Why is it always the wife with the switch ups?
But
if you're going to switch up, then be better. Don't switch up for the worse.
I mean, and it's like a positive feedback loop. You make the lunch, he goes home, he humble brags, he comes home with an ego like this. Sis, he's ripping your clothes off. Ripping your clothes off. I'm telling you, there's something about stroking a man's ego. Men don't get a lot of compliments.
They don't.
So if you make a little bit of brightness in their life, they're like, oh my gosh, this woman is great.
What's so funny about her is like I've discovered like all these pieces of information little by little, like the hard way, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not on the island by myself.
Pro tips. Okay, let me catch up on the super chats because you guys came through heavy.
All right, so yeah, I think that's 27:52. Let me see. What else she said over here to wrap this up?
Show you urban neighborhoods is what I can say.
Oh,
yeah, because I think some of this, I think, make marriages last longer. I look at conventional gender roles as insurance on marriage because it seems to be effective. I've been with high value people and I've been noticing. With the wives, the bigger the ring, the smaller the woman. They're also very kind.
The bigger the ring, the smaller the woman. Period. Did you hear that? Y'all that want a high value man, in her real life experience, the bigger the ring, the smaller the woman. So if you want a bigger ring, sis, you better get smaller. I don't know what to tell you. And he said kinder. Small and kind.
Legitimately kind, resourceful, helpful, go the extra mile, make the house a home. Like, you got women out here talking about, oh, I want to be a wife. I want to be a rich wife. I want to hire staff.
First of all, don't steal my shoulder, sis. My shoulder go like this, and you doing this. First of all, I don't like that. But I'm like,
well, what's the point of being a wife if you want to hire somebody to cook, clean, and raise your kids? Like, you're just devaluing your own position. And I do look at it as a job. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. If anybody wants to be upset about it.
I would have been like, what is she talking about? Woo woo. But then certain type of people you be like, you'll say like, oh yeah, one day I'm being a housekeeper and I'm getting married. And it's like, yeah. He's like, if she's cooking for me, I'm sleeping with her. And I'm like, what the hell? This emoji right here, right? I don't know. So that's up to y'all.
Get upset with the institutions that I grew up in that taught
She's
me
just saying
to
that
be a good
trying to
worker.
save
I
money.
just happen to really enjoy being a wife as a job. I think it's the coolest job ever. Call me crazy.
It's like being a mom. Being a mom is the coolest job ever too, right? You know, you can't even explain it until you are a mom. You're doing it. You take care of the birthday. You know this is your show, right? When it comes to birthday days, like don't book nothing on nothing. Ruth is doing her job. We doing our thing, right? It's certain elements to the day. It's a certain experience that they're gonna get. They know they're gonna get experience with mommy, right? Even if it's not a huge production, they're gonna get love, peace, joy, all of this stuff. The same thing could apply to being married, meaning you don't even know what it's like. And how you gonna say you don't want to be a housewife? You don't know what it's like until you're in that position. And you like, you look. I remember where there was a job where what happened? We had to work 8 hours, but really it was an hour of work and 7 hours of supervision. But what happened on day one of the job? He's over here acting a mess. No, no, you're not coming. Don't show them his face. He was just eating powder. Right? What happened was the day one, it was like one of those you got to clean up somebody diaper jobs. The guy took a dump day one, and I was like, oh, on the floor right in front of me. I was like, oh, my God. I almost ran and left, and I said, Ruth, you've tried so hard to get this job. You really gonna let something like this mess you up? I came back, I'm gonna try it one more day. And then after that, I realized, yo, this job was the easiest job I ever had in my life. Yes, we don't like changing their diaper, but somebody gonna have to do it. We gotta grow up and do what we gotta do. And I swear to you, I've never worked as many hours and had so less of it. Did nothing for 7 hours. I cleaned, I changed them, talked to them, and I was just chilling for the rest of the time. Are you kidding me? I was doing double shifts. I was getting 80 hours. I was like, this is the easiest job I ever had. Now I still work because you can't fall asleep. But other than that, it was sweet. And that's just how it is being a housewife. Why can I say it? Because I was one. I was one. What are you talking about? All right.
Stolding in the chat says, Allie, you almost at 5K. Well done. Saw you on Fresh and Fit. How was Miami? Miami was sunshine out here saying heart. I decided to make a change and embrace my
This is the last one.
socioeconomic status thing. All right, more lose him if you keep walking all over him.
Okay, this is a good point.
Let's get these women married. Too sexy. Lumberjack husband. Spaceman 2000. Hit the likes. Thank you so much.
Lumberjack
New
husband.
subscriber for submissive wife. Oh, I'll explain some. I'm not going to explain submission fully in this little thing, but I can do a video breakdown. I can do an article breakdown because I'm telling you, women are like, why would I submit? Ma'am, because you're argumentative. The man that you want is a leader. You're going to lose him if you keep walking all over him.
Have you ever seen a man try to lead and a woman try to undermine him every time? Until you witness that, you be like, yo, let him talk. Yo, let him say what he got to say. Until you experience that, then you would not understand what is going on here. It's just not being argumentative. Not being always having a conflict. I got a problem with you. You're the problem. It's like, yo, have you ever been a manager at a job and somebody's always arguing with you in front of everybody? Are you kidding me? That's going to be your kids. If it's man and woman, and one day you're in front of the kids, they're going to be arguing everything you're doing. You're undermining that person's authority, and you're making them doubt their sanity. Like, what is going on right now? Why is everything that I say always a challenge? Why can't I ever have a good idea as a man? And when am I ever going to get my respect? And if respect is not there, there's no love. She don't love you. In the man's mind, if you don't, she doesn't respect you, then she doesn't love you. So now you're with this woman, supposed to be your wife, this woman, but she don't respect you because she never respected men. Because somebody did something to her and a long time ago, now it's your problem. But you like, but she bad though, so let me go ahead and marry. Now it's your problem, sir.
Is that what you want? Because they'd be the first ones to be miserable at the Thanksgiving parties and the Christmas parties, but you wouldn't be miserable if you still had your man. But you don't ran him off. I've seen it a few times. I say this because I've seen it. I don't have a study for this. But what I can do is show you urban
I don't
neighborhoods,
hate
is
it.
what I can say. Yeah, because I think some of the stuff is culture. I just do. I think it's a
Culture. See what I'm
socioeconomic
saying?
status thing.
Poor
All
people,
right,
culture
more
stuff.
super chats out here. We got Jose Rodriguez. Sir, fellow Latino, thank you so much. He says, great content, Allie.
You know.
You are spitting gems. Keep it
Yeah, it was
up.
gems. I
Just
was like, I
Rosie
was trying to
says,
stop.
"Let's get me to
I was trying to stop
100
listening. I was like,
likes."
oh, this is good. This is
Ara
good.
Ara
All right,
Sakura
here's
says, my
another
mother
one.
always ran the household, and I saw how it affected my father. So I decided to make a change and embrace my femininity and become submissive. I'm now married to an airman and the happiest man. Do you understand? She said airman. That means that this woman's man is a steady provider as long as he stays healthy, barring any unpredictable events. This man has a bi-weekly paycheck from the United States government and health insurance and housing for babies. Like, this woman is winning. Good for you. And I'm glad. I'm glad you saw what your mother did and corrected the course, because that very much could have been you. The thing about being a masculine woman, when you are in your masculine, you attract feminine men.
Come on, somebody. So stop blaming the men.
Sometimes it happens slowly. Sometimes it's obvious, but he's so hot that you ignore the red flags. But sometimes he starts doing less.
Hold on. Yo, she has such a freaking good point. You were masculine. You were in your masculine energy. And then you attracted a feminine man. I would never forget the day. Guys, don't use it against me. Oh my gosh. I will never forget the day. Hey, Ronnie, that a girlfriend of mine was like talking about her man, and she was like, "Oh yeah, he bought me this and that." I was like, "Oh, when's the last time?" Right? Look, I'm just like a. When's the last time a man or the person I was with, I was paying for a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna show you exactly how it happened because it did not start that way. I got scammed, swindled, bamboozled, but I was in my masculine because I kind of knew that it could go that way a little bit. And I was like, it's okay. I can handle it. It's okay. I'm making money. I'm selling homes and stuff. You know what I mean? Watch. And listen. He said, that's exactly why I left my last situation. Oh, because she wasn't being cooperative? She was being argumentative? Yeah, so if the woman is too masculine, it's not going to be enough room for the man to lead. It's like two people giving orders to each other all the time and just arguing. That's where the arguing comes from because somebody doesn't know how to back down.
You're okay. Like, maybe he's having an off day.
He stopped doing. The guy stopped doing the stuff.
Then 2 weeks goes by. You're like, this man really gained 10 pounds. You're staring at him. I don't think you were this pudgy last month. Oh, yeah. You know, could be going through a tough time. And you start looking. Excuses. He's not working a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's spending a lot of free time on some BS. You know, maybe he's smoking a little bit of pot. Maybe he's playing some video games. And then one day you realize, and you look in the mirror, you're like, oh my God. I'm the man. It's me. How did I get here? And you're like, was I such an effective worker that I picked up all of this man's
Come on, somebody. Oh,
feet?
gosh.
How long have I been driving this car? I didn't ask to be in the driver's seat. When did this happen? You'd be like looking at the man thinking, did you swindle me?
That part. Now you pause. Okay, does anybody know what I'm talking about here? Anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay. All right, he says she too freaking rude and disrespectful. Yep, masculine energy. That's enough. That's enough to go. You are free, my friend. You are free. There's some woman that's going to be kind with the opposite of whatever you said. That's what you got to look for. You said too freaking rude. Somebody that's not rude. Somebody that's respectful and not trying to disrespect you. Oh, no. Why? Emmanuel, you are not. Emmanuel, Look at me. I took a whole day to arrange these cards in number order, and he's trying to flip them all in one. He don't know I would stop the show and get my stuff together. He don't know. This is my. I gotta study. Thank you. Now you want to clean up. Jesus. All right, where we at? Oh, I'm so glad you got daycare tomorrow. Yeah, everybody, everywhere. Clean up, clean up. Everybody, do your share. All right. So now I have to deal with that part too. All right. So sorry about that interruption. Absolutely. You don't, every woman is not rude and every woman is not disrespectful. You know why? Because you don't value a man. That's why I did the show, How to Value a Man. You have to understand, if you think a man is only money and sex, if the money ain't right and the sex is whack, then you're going to disrespect him. But if you value that he has logical thinking, he has this kind of way of being, he's a protector, he's a provider, he's doing all of these things, and you, just because you got something to do, some women get mad because they don't want to do nothing. And if he can't all the way protect and all the way provide, then guess what? He ain't good for nothing. Just looking at what the man can do for her, she doesn't value a man, and she might have issues with the past men in her life, and that's so sad because this is what we at. It's mine. No, it's mine. No, it's mine. Go. So yeah, there are women that are coming. Papa, go. Ooh, you put me back. Wait. You be your mommy. You be your mommy. You be your mommy. No, he's trying to take my card. He's not going to take my card. All right, guys, I'm going to end the show. He's taking over. Say bye. They can see you. Look at you. Powder all over your face. Say hi, everybody. This is the end of the show. Wait, I wasn't done. Let me finish my. Oh, you too, sis. Just don't put it in the
Normally, we think women swindle men. But what happens when the man swindles you? You know what happens? Food allergies, acne, chronic pain. Don't do it. Do not do it. Just Brilliant comes out and says, if you can't swindle.
Yes, baby. All right, guys, that's it for today. Watch it from the beginning. This is where I say men become. The title of this show was, oh wow, I never did it. I thought I did have a banner going. I'm tripping. Can a man be a pick-me? That's the Cash App. Ruth the Realtor. A man can be a pick-me, but what she was saying that was really important was the more, this is what I really realized, because I was kind of leaning like, if he's a little feminine, it's okay. The more men, hold on. What I learned from this whole interaction was the more we can get men to be in their masculine energy, they can get and keep a feminine woman, and all will be well. The more we can get a man to be in his masculine energy, he will be able to attract and keep a feminine woman, and all will be well. Stop trying to make men more feminine. Let them stay in their masculine because they're handling their major job. And once they're becoming more masculine, then you'll be like, oh my God, babe, the money's just rolling in. Oh my gosh, babe. You could be in your feminine and making your little lunches for your man. All right. But we don't get to do that. And it's kind of like women don't want to do the feminine role too. So if that's not you, then go get you. If you want to stay in the masculine role, that's okay. Get you a feminine man and pay bills and, tell him what to do and make sure he submits to you. And that's, if people want to do that, I'm got to accept that too. That's all right. But that's not me. That's not me. It ain't never going to be me. And I'm good. Thank you for watching the Ruth and Relationship Show. I bless your family, your children, your dating life, your married life. Thank you for watching Ruth and Relationships. And Emmanuel. Tell me, can you handle it? He better drop all the cards, y'all. Oh, God. It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye.